Hey, welcome to another First Impressions. This week we are looking at the new GasGas 2021 EC350F. Bit of a mouthful, but a pretty cool bike. GasGas, if you don't know, comes from the KTM family, so it's part of that Husky, KTM and GasGas, and they're a pretty cool bike. A lot of the components are changed slightly, but generally it's got those same sort of WP suspension, that same 350 double overhead cam motor, and it's a pretty awesome looking thing in red. This is a demo model, thanks to Savage Motorcycles for the chance to get out and ride it. This is their newest demo, just showed up, so it's got some nice graphics that they've put on for themselves. A couple of things that are different, but I'll point them out as we go through. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty much the way you see the bike out of the box, and first impressions on quality, and that's really good. So yeah, let's have a closer look around the bike. This one's got a couple of changes that the dealers made because it's their demo model. So they've changed the rims, tyres, and it's running Mooses in them. So normally it would have out of the factory the silver rims, which look pretty good actually. I don't mind it, although the black does look great. So that's the main thing that's changed, and obviously they've done a pretty awesome job putting their own graphics where it would normally say GasGas, it's saying Savage. So I reckon, but the red and white colours really pop. You know, I think it's a really cool looking bike. Now, normal spec on it's a 48mm WP front suspension, so you know, really nice componentry there. Brake wise, this is where it goes a bit different, that it's running, and someone will correct me, it's either Bractec or BrakeTec. If you're in Spain, you probably know how to pronounce it a lot better than me. But you know, still a really nice hydraulic setup, you know, nice wave rotors on it. So, you know, good, really good spec stuff. And it'll be interesting getting out and having a ride and seeing how the brakes compare with the Brembos that you normally get on a KTM or Husky. But, you know, you look at the componentry, the quality of finish is really excellent on it. You know, everything's really well done. You know, come down, you know, look through. One of the nice things, and again, it'll be fun to have a decent play on it tomorrow as it's running. If you have a bit of a look, if you can see it under there, it's running the Link rear end. So, you know, that's a really nice feature. Motor-wise, we'll come around, but motor-wise, it's got the double overhead cam 350, the same as the other bikes in that KTM Husky GasGas family. So it's a really sweet motor, you know, just a really sweet point riding this. Plenty of grunt down low, you know, it hooks up really well. And this is, so it's a double overhead cam 350. It's got a balance shaft that runs the water pump, and that's really nice, smooths the motor out really well. You know, but you just look at all the componentry. You've got all your same thing on the rear with WP suspension, you know, lots of adjustment, you know. So yeah, it's kind of a really cool looking thing, and uber slim as you'd expect, you know, that sort of 350. It feels light. Now on paper, I had a look, the KTM 350 is about 2.5 to 3 kilos lighter. So I imagine that's probably in the wheels and in the brakes. So it'll be interesting, as I say, get it out and have a good ride. But you know, when you look at the sort of quality that they've gone for and finish, you know, it's really nice. The usual compression rebound adjustment up top on the WP suspension, you know, pretty nice finish, great bars, you know, just really well done. So, you know, there's not much you look at the bike straight up and go, they really could have done a better job, or, you know, you can see they've tried to save money. Fundamentally, I reckon they've done a really sweet job on it. So I think the best thing we can do is put some gear on, suit up and go and have a nice ride and a bit of a play in the forest, eh? Well, good morning. Out on the GasGas 350 EC, the Enduro bike, and yeah, it's a nice little toy. It's sort of, I love that 350 category, you know, it fits, it feels like you're riding a 250, but you've sort of got the grunt that a 450 used to have. So easy to handle. It's a very nimble, light bike and pretty forgiving. You know, and got plenty of squirt down there. Just a nice thing, particularly these 5-trials. We'll get in some single track later, but Gee, it's fun. This is running particularly short gearing, so the dealer has changed this to a 1352, which kind of gives it that real, motocross gearing. So the thing, just hooks up fantastic. Really good, smooth motor. Yeah, I think the Link rear end, really is a nice thing. It handles the hits. It probably is a bit undersprung for my weight. I'm about 88. Normally when you're factory, they're probably working on someone who's more like 75 kilos. So, but it's coping it, hitting that narrow stuff. Yeah, I mean, stuff like that just really soaks it up nice. Turns in nicely. So this kind of stuff is so nice. I find the 500, get in there and it wants to push you forward, and that's the bike I ride a lot. But this stuff, you just go, well, which track I'll take? This one, where do you want to point it, basically? Really nice, isn't it? Hey, what a nice day. The nice thing I find about sort of bike like this, you get it in this single track stuff and it's just so easy and forgiving. I really enjoy that. Easier to point it. If you want to go hard you can, but if you want to just cruise through, but you hit some stuff, gets a bit rocky and ratty, it'll just bounce over it all, pretty nice fun. Just got to watch, there's a few guys out today, so don't want to charge the corners too much. A few young guys were playing earlier, don't want them coming the other way at me. Yeah, and then that chance to kind of really hook it up coming out of a corner does that really well. Yeah, I like the ergonomics on it are nice. It's quite short, so from your seating position, which is nice. You got that ability to get your weight forward pretty quick, get the front to really bite and turn. So yeah, it definitely feels like you're riding a 250. I think yeah, they've done a good job on that. Everything feels, I haven't adjusted anything from the factory pegs, to seat to, everything feel pretty nice. Where are we going to go? Head back. Just loves this stuff. Yeah, it's really nice and forgiving on that rockier stuff. Get the whoops, it can get the frontal wheelie up pretty nice. Not quite as much grunt as you get on the 500 to do it, but gee. It is this really sweet spot, I reckon, where you got that combination of handling, power, you know, nice braking. You don't feel like you're fighting the bike. It's fun. If you're used to riding the KTM stuff or Husky, this is going to feel pretty much at home for you. You know, just everything falls to hand, does it well. Yeah, one criticism, you know, in this sort of rocky stuff of the Link suspension is you can get bounced offline a little bit, and it feels, you know, it's only about a wheel width, but it just feels like it's going to need a bit of setup and, you know, just to get it to track perfectly straight. Other than that, it's really nice. So yeah, look, I found overall, you know, when you're in the tighter stuff and you're hitting it, suspension's really plush, really forgiving, and it's got that ability to change directions. You know, you're on a line and there's some rocks or crap ahead, to be able to pick and turn and just, you know, stand on the pegs and make it dance. It really does that well. It's got heaps of power. You know, I think I've become that this is probably, you know, where I'll end up in the next year or two size-wise. That 350 motor is just beautiful. You know, it punches you out of the corners, and this is geared down, so it really punches hard. But, you know, it's got enough top end to make it fun. But just that really nice and such a beautiful balanced motor. So smooth, it's gorgeous. So I want to say a huge thanks to Jared and the team at Savage. You know, really appreciate the opportunity to get out. If you're interested, and you should be, in one of these gas, then I reckon go down and have a ride of one. You won't be disappointed. They're a fun toy. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.